question.
Yeah, fuck Donald Trump.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
You see it? You see it?
What's up?
I asked the question, man.
Hey, how y'all doing, man? You caught me off guard, man. I was trying to get something out of the refrigerator.
Oh, okay.
This is too funny.
Well, how you doing, Miss? How you doing, Fred?
What's up?
As an actress, do you? I mean, I hear a lot of actors and actresses, saying that they tired of doing, I guess for lack of a better term, ancestral movies. Going back to like the mid 1800s, 1700s, or whatever. Do you have that? I mean, do you feel the same way? We're talking about slave movies.
We're talking about like slave movies, right? Slave movies.
Yeah.
I've never really thought about it in that way. I feel like we've done them for sure. I feel like, here's the thing. If I had to choose, I could definitely say we don't have to do as many slave movies that are done. We get them. I think slave movies continues to perpetuate the mindset of white supremacy, because not only Black people, but white people are going to see these movies way more than Black people, and they like seeing that type of thing. We see that now with Donald Trump being in office and the amount of white people that came out that are racist. I got to say, I did not know the level of racism that was still going on to the height that it was. Did not know it was that bad still in 2020, but I don't live in those red states either. I live in California, or I live in Georgia that's now been flipped to blue. So I think at the end of the day, I don't think we need them. I don't. So I can agree and understand why some actors say we don't have to do that anymore. We've been there, we've done that, we know the story. Let's tell a different story and get a different narrative out there so that the world can see and depict Black people in a more positive light.
Right. What do you think about documentaries? You know what I'm saying? Like if it's a documentary on a particular figure.
Mm-hmm.
And highlighting
I think documentaries are always great.
Mm-hmm. As long as it's factual, right? I guess.
As long as it's factual. Well, that's the point about it being a documentary. It should be factual. Right, exactly. When it's not factual, that's when it's fictional and it's a regular film, right? But documentaries, the integrity of word documentary should be that you're documenting real life, real facts. So yes, as long as it's a factual documentary, then yes, for sure.
Because what I noticed is a lot of those films, they put in a lot of filler, things that never happened. Fictional characters like the Tubman movie. They came out.
The Tubman movie, exactly.
Yeah, they came out, and a lot of us boycotted it. Mm-hmm. I've never seen it. Mm-hmm. I have never ever seen it. I won't watch it because I know for a fact that it's not accurate. Because I know the people who actually did it.
Got it.
So, but that was my question. I just want to hear from my actress.
That was a good question. Yeah, that was a good question. Thank you for that. No, I appreciate that. I did see Harriet. What I particularly care for was using a British actor for an American hero, as Harriet Tubman is called, right? So that bothered me from that perspective. There's plenty of Black women here on this side of the pond that could have played that role. And I don't think she should have been nominated for an Academy Award either. I mean, I thought she did a great job, but I don't think it was just so amazing that it was like, oh my God, this is the best performance ever in the world. But my bigger thing was I just didn't like that she was British. I do think Cynthia Erivo is supremely talented. I love her work. She's great. But I didn't want her to do that role. That role I think should have been for an American.
Well, we boycotted it because I have cousins who are nieces of Harriet Tubman who did not even get consulted in the movie and weren't even asked to be so much as extras. And then they didn't do it here where she's born. None of it was filmed actually, like, all the property and everything is still here. everything is still here, and they never came here once. So we were like, nah, we ain't got to do that.
I get that.
But
Makes sense.
But thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
What
What
bothers you about Hollywood? What irks you about Hollywood? Do you have anything?
Well, that was one for sure.
You could pass on questions.
I'm sure. I'm just trying to think.
Well, in the meantime,
I'm trying to think.
Well, we got another B-man. You want to take a B-man in the meantime, between time?
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Nigga, this is dedication. This is anti-hesitation. It's a real nigga celebration.
Oh, you dance? Oh, you can see what?
So we got that Dixie playing. All right, what's up?
I'm good. By the way, before D-Town Smooth go, I got a question. How would you rank that Victory Lap album? Was that a classic album or what? Oh, you Taj.
I thought you were going to ask him a question. I was like, all right, all right, I'm gonna wait. I don't know. Sorry, I have to pass on that question.
Okay,
no.
Cool.
I
I love that album. I freaking love that album. But go ahead, E.
Hey, how you doing tonight?
Good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm good. Man, you work with my boy on the show, Walter Fauntleroy.
Walter!
Yeah.
Oh, Walter. Oh, he's so great.
You don't know who the hell he is. That was the generic black answer. Walter
plays my husband. He plays
my husband. Right. Yeah.
Oh my God! But it came off like that. It came off like,
yeah. You are my first cousin. Yeah. Yes, high school together. Yeah. You were prom queen. I remember. Anyways,
yeah, that's funny.
I got it.
Yeah. Man. I don't know how. As beautiful as you, I don't know how he works with you every day. Oh my goodness.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But you also met my daughter at the premiere that they had in LA, and she came with Walter. And
okay.
And she was right about your spirit, and how cool you are, how the lovely spirit that you have, how beautiful you are. I mean, man, she was on point. With
thank you so much.
She just moved to New York because she's into the whole stage play. I don't know how much of a conversation you had with her when she met you, but she's trying to do the whole stage play thing in New York. That's her thing, but with everything being shut down, she said that she just recently met with an agent, and they're hiring a lot of the actors now to do commercials. I was actually trying to get her to come to Atlanta because she knows Walter. I don't know if you know April. Do you know April?
I don't know. I know who she is, but I don't know her personally.
Okay. Well, she works on what is it?
If loving you is wrong. If loving you is wrong.
Right. So, yeah, I was actually trying to get my daughter to go to Atlanta, since she already know people there to give her a little, connection, but, kind of piggybacking off of what you were saying earlier, that, she kind of has to go her own path, kind of distance herself from her mother and myself to do her own thing, and it's hard because she's my firstborn, so with her being in New York and trying to do her thing, it's really hard. I don't know what kind of advice you gave her, but I would ask, what would you have me tell her, that you probably didn't get a chance to tell her when you met her?
Yeah. Oh man, I would just say, for me, I would say keep going. If you believe that this is your passion, this is your purpose, and this is what you have to do, like you can do this without payment, you can do this without the amount of money, it doesn't matter. Keep going. 100%. It definitely gets tough. And when I was talking about earlier, you have to make sure you're controlling the thoughts of your mind and what we tell ourselves, especially as women, because, society and the world will depict this perfect imagery of how you need to look and how you need to be and all these different things. And you see it so much, it lives in your subconscious mind, but you have to then encourage yourself to make sure that you're good. You feel perfect, whole, and complete by yourself, and that's really important. So if she's there in New York, I mean, first of all, kudos to her for even going to New York.
Right.
I mean, that's amazing.
Right.
I mean, kudos to that. Like,
Right.
yay! Applaud her for that. And I know I was doing some reading on Broadway about when they would come back. It's definitely not going to be until sometime next year, maybe even summer or something next year before big shows can come back, and stuff like that. So that's a long time for those, theater artists who are, superb. These artists are so talented, but at the end of the day, we can't do anything like that right now because of the world we live in. So I think if she has an opportunity to do commercials, that's great, because that can bring you more money you can even make on Broadway, oftentimes. And then Atlanta's also a good option. I agree with you. Atlanta's a good option, especially when more productions are now slowly opening up there in Atlanta and at TPS, because he has a great COVID testing site and what you can do. But at the end of the day, I would tell her to keep going and stay true to who she is 100%. Don't let anybody else tell her nothing. Stay true to who she is and her own purpose, and be her authentic self. That will get her far, for sure.
All right. Well, I will. I definitely send her this video. She's gonna be excited to see it, I know.
Yeah.
And definitely thank you. And tell Walter I said what's up if you don't talk to him before I do.
Okay, will do. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Tell your daughter I said hi.
All right, definitely. Take care.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Appreciate you.
All right, brother.
All right. One.